Hey guys, CoffinSkate here, and as many of you know, the Xbox 360 Marketplace digital storefront is being shut down next month, and I wanted to sit down and talk about 7 games that I think are absolutely worth checking out that you can't get on the Xbox One or the Series X, or specifically are not backwards compatible with the Xbox One or the Series X, or S for that matter, for those of you who have the digital version. 360 Marketplace, I absolutely love the Xbox 360. It's one of my absolute favorite consoles of all time, and it is kind of a shame to see where it's going with the digital storefront, but also not entirely surprising considering that they can't keep those servers up forever. So I wanted to focus on some games that are available digitally, but in some cases, some of these games are not available digitally, and you have to resort to buying them on eBay or finding them in a local game store or what have you. Now, most of these games will run you about $30 on the high end. However, there is one really expensive one that I wanted to throw in here, just to kind of give you guys something to for any like the hardcore 360 collectors out there. One of them, I'm not entirely sure what the price is on it. I'll look it up and put it in post. But point being, a lot of these games will run you about 20 to 30 bucks. There's also some really cheap ones in here. I wanted to stick on like the cheaper route, but also again throw in one expensive one. And yeah, so there's a good variety of games in here. So that being said, let me start off with the expensive one, Ushihime Sama Futari version 1.5 from Cave. So this is a bullet hell shoot 'em up, and for those of you who are not familiar with Cave is most known for that style of game, shoot 'em ups that are absolutely hard as hell. Most known as bullet hell shoot 'em ups, as I just said a moment ago. This is, I haven't played very many Cave shooters, but this is definitely one of the best ones. And I've been meaning to get more into shoot 'em ups in general, but that's a whole different story. But anyways, so this is the first Cave shooter I ever played. And some of you may recognize this game or may know this game for that video that was posted many years ago on YouTube. That is, I can't remember the exact name of it, but it was like the hardest boss fight in all of video games, and it is the final boss from this game. So those of you who know exactly what boss I'm talking about, this is that game. And this is a Japan import. However, this game will work on an American 360. Not sure about a UK 360, but this will work on an American Xbox 360. So you can pop this into your American 360 and it'll work just fine. But yeah, classic bullet hell shoot 'em up with a really great soundtrack. It looks incredible as well. Very hard as well. I mean, again, Cave is known for their really hard, really difficult, absolute bullet hell, really hard games, and this game being no exception. Like I said, it's a bullet hell shooter, so tons of bullets on screen. But like I said, this is on the more expensive end. Again, this will be the most expensive the most expensive game in this video, but is very worth checking out. If you have the money to shell out for this game, this is absolutely worth checking out. There's also DLC for this game that you can actually claim with an American 360. You just have to install the game or have it loaded up, and then look into the details and just go to extras, and it will show the DLC, and you just purchase it that way. So worth mentioning, but really fun shmup. I don't know if this has been released on other platforms. If it has, then that will be the cheaper option, but this is a great shmup. And if you are looking for a great shmup on the 360 that is backwards compatible, that isn't backwards compatible, while it is on the expensive side, this is a great one. Alright, next, this is a game that admittedly, I haven't played it in a hot minute, but this is this one is one that, while I personally enjoyed it, there are people that didn't really care for it, but I actually like this one, and I figured for how much this really goes for, it's like about $15, $20 game. It's not bad for how much it goes for, and that is Alpha Protocol, the espionage RPG. Now, again, I have not finished this game. I haven't played this in many years, but this is supposed to be a stealth choice-based RPG. It's developed by Obsidian, who is, as you guys is most known for games like Fallout New Vegas. They also made The Outer Worlds. They're also the original creators of Fallout. So, yeah, this is a stealth RPG. The gameplay kind of reminds me of like Metal Gear Solid, specifically like Metal Gear Solid 4, just without the camo or the what was it, the Octo Camo, I think it was called. I haven't played that game in a while, but from what I remember, this is like a stealth, very stealth. It's very similar to like Metal Gear Solid 4 from what I remember in terms of gameplay. But yeah, it's a very choice-based RPG. As a matter of fact, the tagline on the back is "Your weapon is choice." So, but yeah, I remember this being a fun one. And it is a pretty deep RPG. You kind of go on missions, you know, using stealth and whatnot. There's, you know, it's a fun one. I haven't played this in a hot minute, but I know there's some fun hacking mini games in there. But yeah, not backwards compatible with 360. It is a fun stealth RPG. Is one I definitely like to go back to and finish. Next, I decided to kind of, I'm sure you can tell by the purple cases, throw in some Kinect games. I figured I'd just throw in a whole series. Now, I know the Kinect is, or many people view the Kinect as like a gimmick, not really being that fun. But this franchise is honestly one that I'm actually a huge fan of. These are games that require a lot of active movement, and they are very fun. And that is the Dance Central series. I am actually a huge fan of the series. I haven't played Spotlight on the Xbox One. I haven't played the VR one they came out with, but I was a huge fan of the Dance Central games. I didn't play the first one a whole lot either, I will admit, but Dance Central 2 and 3, not backwards compatible with the Xbox One or Series X or S. Isn't surprising because, I mean, a lot of people don't really care for the Kinect, but these unironically are really fun. A lot of great songs on here for people who are a big fan of pop music from like the 80s and 90s all the way up to the early 2010s, which is the kind of pop music I'm into. Those are the eras I'm into. But these are really fun. I played these so much when I was younger. I wouldn't be surprised to put 100 hours to both these games. These were super addicting, super fun. Put tons of hours to these. And to give you an idea on how much I played these, I was able to play some songs on these games on like the hardest difficulty and get a gold star on them. So that's how much I enjoyed this series. I've mentioned before, I'm more into metal music, and I know I got in comments that I look like Dave Mustaine, but believe me, I don't just like metal music. And if this isn't proof, I don't know what will. But yeah, I love these games, played these so much. When I got my 360 last year, I popped these on, and I honestly still got it. I'm nowhere near as like athletic as I used to be, but these are quite fun. If you have a Kinect, or even if you're not really that big into the Kinect, at least give these a shot. You can find these for dirt cheap. And I know Kinects are really, I immediately think of like the toys that are like the Legos, but when I say Kinects, that's what I think of automatically. But you can find a Kinect camera for dirt cheap. Because no one really gives a shit about them. So I would at least recommend giving these a chance. If you're looking for something that isn't a dancing game, I would also recommend, I think Fruit Ninja Connect is still available in the 360. I could be wrong on that, but Fruit Ninja Connect is also a fun one, and also the Gunstringer, that's also a fun one. So the Gunstringer that one is like a rail shooter, but it has a really interesting mechanic in that you are controlling like a puppet, and you have to aim at the screen with your hand like this, and then you lock onto targets, and then you whip your hand back like this to shoot at all of them. It's kind of like Rez, actually, but you know, not music based, I guess you could say. But yeah, the Dance Central games, these are really fun, fun routines as well. To give you an idea of like some of the music that's in these games, there's stuff from Usher, Lady Gaga, I'm probably gonna butcher this, David Guetta? I apologize if I butchered that, but there's some Bruno Mars, like classic Bruno Mars, some Flo Rida, Daft Punk, so it's just a few. I'm just reading off Dance Central too, so, but yeah, these are fun. Alright, next, Elshay Ascension to the Metatron. This is again, a game that's not backwards compatible with the 360 that, admittedly, I did just remember this did come out on the Switch as well and is on PC. But this is a awesome action game with a really striking art style, really incredible looking graphical style, and a great soundtrack. I don't remember the story all too much, but I mainly just remember this had stuff to do with like some stuff to do with like I can't remember. I know this had like some religious themes and whatnot, but this is a really fun action game, kind of like God of War, actually. But a really unique mechanic with this game is that you don't have your own weapon per se. Instead, you actually, once you deal enough damage to enemies, you actually steal their weapon. It's actually a pretty unique mechanic. And it's pretty over the top. There are some moments where it's like, you get like different gameplay aspects, kind of like Nier. For the most part, is a 3D action, a 3D hack and slash action game. And it doesn't have the like depth of like a Devil May Cry game, but it's more like in line with God of War, if that makes any sort of sense. But yeah, for the most part, it's 3D action, but there's also like 2D side scrolling. There's even like a part where you're on a motorcycle of some kind. I can't remember because it's been a hot minute since I played this, but this is a really fun, kind of over-the-top action game with some really beautiful and kind of bizarre environments at times. So if you haven't played this yet, again, it's also available on the Switch and PC. It's also available on the PS3. It's worth checking out. And again, all these games are like will run you, or most of these games will run you about like $30 at most. So. But yeah, Elshay, that's a really good one. Next, now these next two games I don't have on the 360, or this game and the next one I don't have on the 360. Well, okay, scratch that. This one, or the next one, I own digitally on the 360. But this one I don't own on the 360 digitally. But I do own on the PS3, and it is a really fun game that I highly recommend, and that is Singularity. This is not backwards compatible with the Xbox One or the Series X. This is 360 only, also available on PC and, as you can tell, PS3. Quick drink break as well. Anyways, so yeah, if you're not familiar with this is like, I'm not really sure if this would classify as an immersive sim, but this is a first-person shooter with a really cool mechanic. Where you have what is called a time manipulation device, or a TMD, and it can be used to change things in the environment, like restore items, or restore like item boxes or ammo boxes, or age things. I can't remember the way it described it, but it can cause things to age. Or renew things. It can be used on enemies, so you can cause enemies to age to dust. It can be used for like puzzle solving. Kind of think of like BioShock, but with like a Fallout setting that's more horror. I don't know. I don't know how to describe this, but the time manipulation device, or TMD for short, is how they shortened it in the game. It really adds a sense of it's used really well for like puzzle solving, and it's used in combat as well. Again, it's been a hot minute since I played this, but this is a really fun first-person shooter with some really cool sort of time traveling aspects. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. If you haven't played this, it is an awesome first-person shooter. Yeah, like I said, kind of reminds me of like BioShock, but in like a Fallout setting. you haven't played it, it's worth checking out. And like I said, it's also available on the 360. Again, backwards compatible with 360. So if you haven't, or with the Xbox One or Series X, if you haven't played it, worth checking out. This game, not sure if this will ever be backwards compatible with the Xbox One or the Series X. And this is one that's, it's not really a good game, but I wanted to throw this one in just for funsies, and that is Sonic 06. So this game, I wanted to throw this in here because I thought it'd be funny. Mainly because you can actually get this for like $5 on the 360 marketplace. At least I think it's still $5. I don't know. But yeah, this is last I checked, this is a $5 game on the Xbox 360 digital marketplace. So I figured for those of you who want a bit of a laugh, this is worth checking out. Honestly, I'm in the camp that loves this game for what it is. I think it's so bad it's good. And if you just want a fun laugh, you can find this for like $5. The 360 version actually is the better version from my understanding. It has like better load times or some shit, I can't remember, but yeah, if you want a good laugh, is like $5. I don't know how much this game goes for on eBay, but yeah, this is available on the 360 marketplace for $5 if you want a good laugh. There you go. So, and then lastly, this once again is a whole series. So Capcom is doing a huge sale on all their 360 games that are available on the digital marketplace, and a lot of them are dirt cheap. So I wanted to bring up that all the Resident Evil games, with the exception of the backwards compatible ones being Code Veronica X, Operation Raccoon City, and Revelations 2. That one's not backwards compatible, but it's one that's not on sale. All of these games, or all the Resident Evil games that are on the 360 are backwards compatible, minus, with some exceptions. So, yeah, all these are on sale. So Resident Evil 0, the HD version, I just have the physical version, I just have the GameCube version here just for some to show, but which is the case for some of these aren't even the 360 version, but I do own the 360 version of one of these physically. But point being, Resident Evil 0, $2. Resident Evil Remake is $2. I don't remember if it was $2 or $3, but this is one of the best Resident Evils. If you don't want to pay, if you just want to play this game and you just want a very cheap way to play this is $2 right now on the Xbox Live Marketplace, and it is an awesome remake. One of my absolute favorite Resident Evils. Resident Evil 4. This is, I think this is on sale. As a matter of fact, Microsoft published a whole list of games that are 360 only that are on sale right now, and I think this is like, I think this is really cheap. I already grabbed this long before this sale went on, or started up, so I already grabbed the HD version of this on the 360 long before it went on sale for like 90% off. But yeah, this is the HD version of this is on sale right now. Resident Evil 5, $2. And I actually really like this game, honestly. I know some people don't, but I really like it. Resident Evil 6, $2. And Revelations 1 is $2 as well. So, and, I might as well pull these out as well. Because I just now thought about them. But, all of the Devil May Cry games, they're on the 360, are on sale as well. I think all of these are like $2. So, if you want, so it's the HD version, which has Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3, Devil May Cry 4, and then DMC Devil May Cry. All of these are great games. I know some people don't like DMC, and that's totally fine. But all these are great games, and they are all $2 at least on sale right now. So if you want like a cheap way to play some of the Devil May Cry games, if you're looking to get into the series, you have a 360. All these are really cheap. So, But yeah, all the Resident Evils are really cheap right now on the Xbox Live Marketplace for 360. If you've never played them before, that's a great way to get into the series. I would especially recommend Resident Evil, the remake, Resident Evil 4, and Revelations 1 at least. Resident Evil 5, make your own judgment on that. Same with 6 and 0, but I for sure recommend Resident Evil 4 remake and Revelations 1. So there you have it. Those are that's 7. What was it? 1, 2, 3. 7 games on the 360 that I highly recommend getting if you are looking for games to grab before they shut down the marketplace. And I guess a bonus one, Devil May Cry. I might go more in depth about that and about Devil May Cry games and like a separate video talking about more 360 stuff. But yeah, those are 7 games that I highly recommend getting. One of them is debatable, but 7 games on the 360 that you won't be able to purchase anymore once they are gone. So once the service shuts down. So there you have it. If you guys have any other recommendations, please post in the comments. I would love to see some of your guys' recommendations and what games you guys think even I should check out. Because this is just 7 games. There's probably plenty more that are not backwards compatible that are on the 360. That either only came out on the 360 or the 360 version is just really cheap right now. Or just now would be a good time to pick it up before they shut down that service. So there you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any other suggestions for videos I should do, let me know. I might even do like an updated 360 collection. I'm thinking about doing updated collection videos for all the all these consoles and whatnot, minus PS4 and PS5, because PS5 already did a collection video fairly recently, and PS4 same deal. So but like stuff like PS3 and PS2, I might do a updated game collection video on those. So but yeah, if you guys have any other suggestions for videos I should do, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your guys' feedback on that. So there you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. I'm CoffinSkate signing off, and have a great rest of your day.